Hello everyone, I'm the Everyday Racer. In today's video, I'll be talking about DMI Games' vision for their first installment into the NASCAR games genre. This article is on GameInformer.com, and I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to read it on your own. The first headline that Ed Martin discusses is, what kind of games is DMI going to deliver? Ed goes on to say the motto for DMI is right game, right fan, right platform. Now I do get what he is saying, because there isn't a sim racing NASCAR game only on next gen yet, and there are a lot of racing fans out there that are going to be buying racing games. I just don't know how big of a number that will be due to next gen and still fairly expensive, but on PC you still have to rival against basically free NASCAR Racing Season 3 and iRacing. Ed goes on to say DMI is planning on releasing many different kinds of NASCAR titles on different platforms. Now DMI did state in their open letter they will be releasing an updated version of NASCAR Manager, their mobile app that Utechnics basically made, but since they bought the assets, now they have it. Now this leads into the next subject they spoke about, and that's basically when will we see the first game from DMI. Ed says they're going to take their time, and that the sim game they're making will come out in 2016, and not in February 2016, so not during the Daytona Speed Weeks in February. Saying that he does not want to be a rush job, Martin then sums up that they'll be releasing a mobile title with at least one more before the year's over. Next, Ed goes into details on who will be making their game, saying that most of it will be done internally within the company, but he does state they are open to talk with creative developers, particularly in the mobile area. Martin then mentions a bombshell, saying that Monster Games, the team that made NASCAR Heat, is going to be potentially involved. Although he does say the sim game will be done mostly internally with the company, he does say that they liked how NASCAR 14 used the real-time telemetry, like how they used it in the challenges, which I kind of didn't like because it seemed like the AI was on rails. You couldn't really move them if they ran into your car, or if you ran into them, your car basically just spun out. I mean, the AI would just stay on the same course as they did in real life, and they just move you out of the way. Ed also goes on to say that they are going to wait until they have a development team in place and decide what they're going to use, since they got the rights and everything from Utechnics. So this game is still an idea, if I'm reading it right. Next, they went through how long DMI is going to have the license for NASCAR games, saying DMI has the exclusive NASCAR rights for anything that replicates real NASCAR-style racing, saying this excludes Mario Kart and other stuff like that. iRacing is also safe through this deal. The DMI deal runs through the current TV rights, which means through 2024, I believe, because Fox and NBC signed in 23, but NASCAR still had a deal with Turner, and they had TNT for 6 races and the NASCAR.com website. And also, Ed goes, honestly, if we didn't already have a head start with all the assets that we acquired from Utechnics, we would not be able to initially invest and go out and start a NASCAR game. He said that'd be really tough just on money. And this also goes to show how hard it is and how expensive it is to get a NASCAR game started. Now here's the interesting way to end an article. The interviewer says, what is NASCAR 15? And Ed starts out with these 3 words, the 15 game. Now I know people were saying to me, there's just an update, there's not going to be a NASCAR game. Well, I'd say this confirms there's going to be a NASCAR 15 game. It's not going to be just an update, even though he says it's going to be an updated version of NASCAR 14 with updated graphics, cars, schedule, and a bunch of bug fixes. He said this is planned to be released on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC in the open letter, so I'm guessing it's still the same. Ed says there will be priced accordingly. Hopefully it means less than $20. And the game will not be released under the DMI Games banner, but under another name. This basically sums up everything in this long article by Game Informer and Ed Martin. Now in the comment section below, I'd love to hear, are you still going to be buying NASCAR 15, or will it depend on the price? Or will you just be waiting until 2016 for the first sim racing game by DMI? Please remember to subscribe for anything racing related, and have a great rest of your day.